Good morning, Knicks fan. Knicks Real Talk, the morning show. It's your man, Divine, man. Time to ride and shine. Get on your grind. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, man. Saturday, February 27th. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Here to talk to Knicks Talk for the day, man. Knicks got a game tonight in Madison Square Garden against the Indiana Pacers. So before we get into the Knicks content and Knicks Talk, hope everybody's out there doing well. When I'm ready to get up and start your day or relax on the weekend and chill on your day. So either way, man, glad to have you aboard. Welcome to the show. Yeah, man, it's really exciting. Night tonight, man. We're looking forward to a good game tonight. Hopefully Knicks can pull out the victory, man, before we get into some Knicks Real Talk, man. We just want to make sure everybody out there is doing well, man, and get up, get your morning coffee, your tea, your nourishment, and all that good stuff, or just chill, man. But I'm glad to have you aboard. I'm glad that you're participating in the morning show, man. So let's get it on, man, and hopefully we're gonna have a good game today, man. Like I said, Knicks going up against the Indiana Pacers at the world's most famous arena tonight. At 8 o'clock. So we're gonna go in there and try to make it happen tonight, man. We're looking forward to the game. I think it's gonna be an exciting game tonight. So we just want to go in there and do what we do and see where the outcome gonna be tonight. But I'm excited about the game tonight. Looking forward to it. Like I said, Knicks 16-17, man. We want to get that 500 tonight, man. So we're looking forward. It's going to be a good game tonight. I know we're going to come out there and play hard tonight, so I'm looking forward to it, man. Knicks and Indiana Pacers tonight, MSG. So let's get into it, man. Welcome everybody to the show. I hope you guys are doing well, ready to start your day, whether you work, play, activities with your family, whatever, man. Just make sure you go out there, put your mask on. COVID is still out there, and enjoy your day and everything, so you can get back and watch some Knicks basketball tonight. So, like I said, man, at the world's most famous arena tonight, we go on to battle, and I think we're gonna get out there and make it happen tonight, man. Salute to you, Stephanie, joining the chat today, man, and so all my Knicks family out there. Saturday morning, man, exciting day today. It's a little rainy up and down the coast, but hey, you got to put your umbrellas out today and your rain suits and all that good stuff. But like getting back to the content, man, Knicks and Indiana tonight. Gonna be on the popping in the guard tonight, man. I'm looking forward to a exciting game tonight. I think the Knicks is amped. I think the fans is amped. I think we really looking forward to that game tonight, man. I think we really gonna go out there and put it in tonight. We want to make this thing happen so we can get the 500 and looking good, man. So we're gonna get into a few things later on down in the show, some other content and things like that. For right now, Knicks and Indiana Pacers. Gonna be a tough game. Indiana's a real scrappy team. They played last night, so hopefully we got advantage there. They might have some tired legs at the end of the game, but we looking forward to the game tonight, man. It's going to be a good battle tonight, man. One of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. They're fighting for the same position that we fighting for. They got a good team down there with Sabonis, and Turner and all them guys, and Mark and Brogdon and all them guys. So they got a good team down there. They playing good basketball as well. They just lost last night, like I said, so they dropped in the standings last night. So hopefully that helped us out. And we can get this move up the ladder a little bit. I think we're currently sitting in the 7th position, and we'll go over the Eastern Conference standings later. But I'll have some guests coming on to talk some Knicks with me in a minute and things of that nature. So, Indiana Pacers in the building tonight, man. I just think we're ready to go get this thing popping, man. I think the Knicks going to be excited tonight, man. I think we're looking forward to a really good game tonight. And hopefully, with our leader, Julius Randle, out there, and we can make things happen tonight. And then it's going to be a real good game. Salute to you, Steph. Good morning.
Good morning. Let me get in here.
Yeah, man. So we got, like I said, we got the Indiana Pacers tonight. Yeah, we got Stephanie, the first lady in NBK in the building with me today. Salute, Stephanie. But yeah, man, I'm excited about tonight, man. We got this game against the Pacers, man. The adrenaline is flowing early in the morning. As you see, I got my tea up in my hand, so I'm getting amped and things of that nature. But yeah, man, it's good, man. I think I'm looking forward to the game tonight. I just think it's gonna be awesome, man. I think it's gonna be a real live game, man. I think this is gonna be a true good game tonight. So I'm looking forward to getting on there tonight, man. Salute Andy. Good morning, International Andy in the building. Salute my brother.
What's up, guys?
I got a distinguished panel on this morning, man. As you can see, I got some live minds up in here, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I'm glad you guys made it on. I'm excited this morning, and we talking Knicks and Pacers, man. The game at the world's most famous arena tonight, and we just gonna look in there to go battle. I mean, it's gonna be a real important game for us, so we got to go in there and bring our hard hats, our lunch pails, and just get ready to get on this grind. Like I was saying, Indiana played last night. They lost to Boston, so they're gonna be a little bit hungry to look to bounce back. But we just got to go there and do what we do, man. If we could play our game and Let our defense stand up to the forefront and let our offense catch up to the defense tonight. I think we come out with a victory, man. But Steph, what you think about the game tonight?
Well, first, good morning to
Good
you and
morning.
Andy. Thanks for having me
Right.
on. We just got off last night. Take a little
Yes.
nap. We back on this.
Yes.
Back on this morning. I was able to see your Knicks and Bruises show, Andy. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. That was a different type of bruise. Just being I was in Ghana for 2 weeks trying to catch the preseason Knicks game, and it was just driving me crazy. So I can't imagine for game in, game out for years what that must have been like for you. So you earned your stripes. As for the game tonight, I'm looking forward. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting to 500. For me, it's just very symbolic as an organization. Finally, get to the top of that hill and then hopefully continue to climb. I think it's going to be a tough game for us. Indiana's going to be hungry, like you said, Devon. They're a tough team anyway. They have good players. Brogdon may not be a flashy point guard, but he's very solid. He plays good defense. The steals, the 3-point shooting. Sabonis is a horse. Down there in the paint. Turner with the block shot. So it's going to be a challenge for us because after Randall, you don't really have a bona fide second option. You can anybody on any given night. And so hopefully, one or two of them show up for us offensively. I think defensively we're going to be okay. Well, I don't know. We gave up 120 points to the Knicks, but I think we'll be better today. But offensively, we're challenged. So our defense really has to be on point. But it's just been one day off, and I missed the Knicks already. Just one day, so I'm looking forward.
Yeah, Andy, what you think, man? What you think about that game tonight, man? It's gonna be tough, but I think we can get it though, man. Salute to Tim Smith in the chat. Salute to BX. Good morning to you guys in the chat, man. Welcome aboard. Knicks Real Talk the morning show, man. We got my man Andy about the, the alpha content about the game tonight. Andy, what you think, my brother?
Yes, thanks to being, I'm honored to be on your show.
Oh, appreciate it,
Divine. And I'm with you guys. I think we can get a W today. Like I said yesterday on the NBK show, these games versus Eastern Conference teams that are in the mix to make the playoffs are counting like double games for us. Because if we get a W, those guys get an L, so they drop, we rise, or vice versa, right? So these guys, these games are really important for the Knicks. We won last 5 of 7 games versus the Pacers. So I think we got, them all on. We're gonna have them on an edge a little bit. Last game we played versus them, we won. Julius had a great game. IQ had a great game. He had like 24, 25 points, if I'm correct. So, I'm hoping he can repeat that. And, I'm also curious what my boy Frank is going to show us. If he's going to, get, over 20 minutes, is it going to be under? I'm going to see, how Thibs is going to use him because, I think last game we saw Frank playing also the 2, which I was surprised because I was thinking that if he's going to get minutes, it's going to be at the 3 or at the 1. Alfred going out. I never saw Frank as a main point guard in this kind of offense. Because if you want to put, Frankie on the point guard duties, he needs the simple, basic strategy offense with most of pick and rolls, being played. We play that kind of pick and roll, but it's more complicated. There's actions on the other side of the court, coming in the pick and roll way. So it's not like they just leave the one side open and just play the simple pick and roll, which Frank is really good at. But, I think versus the Kings, it was really, we could all see that they didn't even have to, play the whole play till the end to get an open shot. That's why we were scoring in so many variety of ways, not to mention that, Burks, IQ, D-Rose, they were hot. They were shooting tremendously, and, percentage-wise. So, I don't think they're going to be able to repeat the game like that. But if we would be, streaky and hot like that, I think we can beat any team in the current NBA with that kind of shooting.
Right.
Yeah, I think so, man. I really think that, I think this will be a good game for us, man. I just think that the way we playing right now and the confidence that our team has and what Tom Thibodeau was laying down, the game plan he putting out there. And I think despite Sacramento having a poor defense, but I still think that that's a good test for us to say, you know what, we got a little confidence by being able to score 140. At least a lot of guys say they're confident going to this game that, if I could shoot like I shot Saturday, it's not Saturday, pardon me, the other night, then I think I got a chance to have a good game. So I'm looking for Alec Burks to bounce back like that, Emmanuel quickly. You might not get the point that you got against Sacramento, but I think you won't be able to get some points. And I even like the game RJ had. It wasn't a high-scoring game. It was efficient all around. He played a real good game. His passing, his attention to detail. So it was real impressive what I seen the other night. Like I say, despite the Sacramento, we get that, but they still an NBA basketball team. They're an association, you know what I mean? And they have talent. So like I was telling Stephanie the other night, I think the Westchester Knicks could have scored 100 on them the other night. That's how bad their defense was to me. It seemed like they had no aggression. They wasn't going after Knicks player. Knicks just was running amok on them. So I know that's not going to be Indiana tonight, but I think we do got a good chance to come in here tonight and really eke out this thing, man. And I'm so excited about the game tonight, and I'm looking forward to a W. I just think that I really believe that if we go in there and do what we do, the Knicks will pull that W out tonight. And looking forward to that 500. If we play tonight, listen, the chat and NBK gonna be on fire. If the Knicks win tonight and Frank Ntilikina get 12 points or 10 double-digit points, the chat gonna be on fire. And I'm the Frank stage. So Frank,
one way or the other,
man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it tonight. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be live. So, but I like what he giving us, man. That one game with somebody not to play for almost 2 months and to come in that one game and play the way he played with all that time off. Telling me, give him 5 games to play like that, we might see something different. You know what I mean? He have a rhythm, and I think his shot is look even better than it looked the other night. And I'm so happy about Frank's. Everybody be trying to throw Frank out the bus. Frank might ride that bus until next year. If the trading deadline, Frank still is on that team, I really believe the Knicks will sign Frank. To what it is, I don't know, but I hope so, man. Because I love Frank. I love his character. I love what he's made of, and I just think he epitomizes what a basketball player should be. You know what I mean? Frank is a real, true businessman. He come to work as a businessman. He come in there and put his work in. He don't complain. He just go in there and try to get better every day. So I'm excited about that against the Pacers tonight, man. I hope Frank have a nice game tonight. And I think it's going to be important, too, but I think his defense is going to really be special tonight against, I think, Aaron Holiday, the backup point guard. And I think Tibbs was excited about the way he played the other day. You know what I mean? So I think if he bring his game tonight and quickly bring their game tonight, I think Indiana goes home with an L tonight. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to that, man. So I just think it's going to be an exciting time in the Garden tonight, man. I think it's going to be live and well. And the Eastern Conference is tight. You know what I mean? And just going into the the matchups tonight, I just think that we're going to go in there and battle him, man. I think we're going to go in there and play hard. And we're gonna give it to him the way we need to give it to him, and I'm looking forward to that game tonight. So what you guys know, like for the Eastern Conference, I looked at the standard. Knicks are now currently 7. But if they win tonight, Knicks will be tied. They'd be tied for the 4th or 5th spot. That is amazing. So that Eastern Conference thing is pretty crazy because one game you up, you win. One game you lose, you're dropping all the way down. And in the association last night, a lot of teams in our division. In our conference, they lost last night. I mean, and that Boston and Indiana game was awesome. Indiana lost, Chicago lost. I mean, a lot of teams lost, and it kind of pulled up a couple of spots. And we tied with Toronto, so we get that win tonight, 17-17. I mean, we be sitting there at 4th or 5th, and that's amazing to be a Knicks fan and knowing that we are on the 4th or 5th spot in the Eastern Conference, and we haven't seen that in years. So I'm so excited about that tonight, man. And I want you guys to give me a take on what y'all think about the Eastern Conference position tonight, man, and where we stand. And, because I think we're going to definitely be able to make some moves if we continue this pace. And I like where we at right now in the Eastern Conference standing for sure.
It's so tight. When got off the show last night, Indiana was, 4th? Like now they're in the 8th spot.
Right.
So it's really tight. And even when you look below, to the 9th, 10th, these guys are only
half a game,
right? Out of it. So Listen, I think this is going to be a dogfight for the rest of the season. And when you look at the Knicks schedule, and I know I've been saying this for like the past 3 days, I really thought, or 2 days, that the second half Knicks schedule would be a bit easier given our first half schedule, but that's not the case. So even though there are some games in there with teams that's under 500, but even teams under 500 are still good teams. Like most of these, we're under 500, right? So I don't think there's going to be any gimmies. I think it's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. Chicago is back up. Charlotte is back up. Atlanta is just one game. Even Washington, I think in their last 10 games, they're 7-3. Right? So if somebody goes on a little hot streak, they could shoot from the 13th spot up to the 6th spot. So the Knicks, I think it's going to be. I think we have a good shot to make the playoffs. That's not what I'm saying. But I think it's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. And we only have Randall as the bona fide player, game in and game out. If he misses any time, 2 weeks, we could be like 4 games behind by the time he gets back. That's really how tight it is. But what I do like is the Knicks are right there going forward. The Knicks are right there to really position themselves to be in the playoffs year in and year out. I do think we need some help, but if they make the right moves, we could kind of come out of this basement and be in the playoffs year after year and just keep building and in terms of our seedings. But it's really tight. I've never seen anything like this. But I like our chances.
Yeah, Andy, what's your take, buddy? What do you think about
that? It's exactly like Steph said. It's this kind of disproportion, maybe lack of disproportion between the 4th seed and the 10th seed. You got like 7 teams in that span that are basically a game away from each other, right? So 1 win, 1 loss. You can jump up 3-4 positions or fall down 3 or 4 in the standings. And I think if the Knicks, currently the last 10 games we are 6-4, that's above 500. If we could manage to be that kind of team, the 6-4, in the 10 game spans, we would go just a little bit above 500. And I think that might be enough to be at least at the 7th, 6th, 7th spot. I know the 7th spot, you play the 10th spot right in the play-ins. But if you are on the 7th or 8th seed, you need to lose 2 games to fall out of the playoffs. When you're in the 10th or you can just 1 win. You get 1 win and you're in, right? So, that's important thing to, of course it's important to be basically in the play-ins, right? But if we could just not fall below 8, that means we just gotta have that 1 win in the play-ins, and then we're gonna play the 1st or 2nd seed. I would be in awe if we can make the 4th or 5th or 6th seed to avoid the play-ins. That would be perfect.
Right.
So
right.
But when you look at the standings, it's gonna be really tough. And predicting at this point, it's too many games ahead. We're not even at the half of the season because we're going to have the half season, in 3-4 games probably. So, it's a really thing, hard to predict. But like Steph said, we are a team that, is driven and the horsepower just comes from Julius Randle. I hope he won't, hit some kind of wall, get tired or God forbid, got injured. That would be something that would, maybe not kill us, but he would definitely slow us down. So we, the more we go above 500, the more cushion we're going to have, in the standings, closer to the end of the season. So.
Yeah, facts, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Andy and Stephanie in the building, Knicks Real Talk the Morning Show. Yeah, man, you know what? I look at it like this here. We just got to have Randall and the Gritty Committee tonight. You know what I mean? We just Randall and the Gritty Committee. They just got to come there. And like Steph said, we play by committee. We just need to be gritty tonight, man, and coming in just, because it is. I think we are who we say we are right now. We are a 500 team. Your record, what you say you are. And I think if we maintain that, I mean, in the 72 game season and to win 30, 36 or 35, 36, 37 games, I mean, I think that gets us in there, and anything above that is a blessing. I would love to get in that fourth or fifth spot. That way, we could play fourth or the fifth or sixth spot. We play one of them guys, steal that first round, and go into the second. I think that's a big accomplishment for this organization this year. So I mean, that Eastern Conference it is tight, but I do believe the cream rise to the top. And we went on a 5-game losing streak this year, and look at we still here. You know what I mean? That tells me the maturation of this team and what Tom Thibodeau is doing down here. He's like, listen, guys. We trying to find each other out, figure each other ways, and that's the beginning of the season. So we're going to lose some games. But for the Knicks to go on a 5-game losing streak, bounce back and get a 3-game winning streak, so it tells me they are who they say they are. And if you just add a piece there or a couple of pieces, and they ain't got to be major, just to give us a little bit more firepower, I really think that they're going to stay in contention in the East, man. I really believe that. And like me and Stephanie is on the Oladipo thing. Oladipo had 27, 5, and 4 with 2 steals last night. You know what I mean? So he just coming back with an injury. So once we get a certain player like that, just to fill that void, somebody to take the pressure off of Julius Randle, I do like Derrick Rose in there for a minute, while Alpha Payton hurt, because a little bit of spark on the offense. He moves the ball pretty well. So if that offense played the way it played the other night, the Knicks going to beat a lot of teams. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's Sacramento, and granted, they are who they are. But I'm excited about that, man. And the Eastern Conference is real tight. Like you said, one loss puts you down, one win puts you up. But for the most part, we've been consistent. We haven't really fell out of under that 9th spot for a while. We've been in the mix for a minute. You know what I mean? So it's telling me that the way we playing is that we there. We haven't went down 10th. We haven't went down 11th. We've been staying almost like 8, 9 above. So that's showing me that the team is consistent and they playing consistent basketball. And they win some to lose. So you win one night to lose, then that's fine. Because you have to go up with the talent that we have. You know what I mean? We're not a superior talent team, but we got a talent that plays together. And I think it's only going to get better. And I think, was quickly starting to find his rhythm as a young man. Obi starting to get himself as a young man. And even when we played the Pacers last time, we didn't have a Derrick Rose. We didn't have a Taj Gibson. You know what I mean? We didn't have these guys that's filling these little voids now. And granted, we missed the man in the middle, Mitchell Robinson, get well, Mr. Mitch. But even when he come back, that's going to be another dynamic. So I'm excited, man. I think, with the time Nerlens Noel getting right now in the starting lineup. So when Mitchell Robinson get back, that front court gonna be dominant on the defense, and I just really think it's gonna be on another level, because you get, despite what you may think, Mitchell Robinson is standing in the middle. He keeps that lane from us getting crazy shots coming in the middle. People riding in there, throwing layups and dunks on us. So even when he's not blocking shots, it's just his presence to roam that inside, man, and keep these cats on stable and not having to come in here and just doing work on this. I think we missed that, but I think once we get that back, and that's why people don't realize how important he was. You know what I mean, to our team. You don't realize you miss something till it's gone. I guess what I'm trying to say. When Mitchell Robinson went down, you can see how our defense is playing now. So, and even with Alfred Payton, you're gonna miss what he brings to the defense. Then, you know what I mean. And these guys, they really keep that starting unit in flux with their defense. So, but I'm looking forward to it, man. I think the game tonight gonna be awesome. We just got to keep this Eastern Conference thing live. We just got to stay in the race and keep moving, man. I think we're gonna do that. I really think tonight. It's gonna be fun, man. So I know when everybody get home from work or you off today, man, you get home tonight, sit in front of your tube or your television or your screen, whatever, and get ready for that game tonight, man. It's gonna be popping in the Garden tonight. Them 2,000 fans is gonna keep us in the game. I just feel so good to have them back. I think they're gonna bring that energy for us as well. And I just think it's going to be exciting, like you said the other day. So I'm dying to see how it happened when we go on the road. We went to a couple of arenas already where they had fans. I think Atlanta had some. But to have our fans back in the Garden cheering them guys on in 2,000, sometimes it sound like 10,000 in the Garden, with that ecosystem they got down there. So it's kind of lively. The other night, I was like, man, this thing is crazy. I mean, when Frank came in, you thought you see the rock star the other night. He came in that building, those fans was like happy, and I was happy for him. So, I mean, that's what the Knicks fans do, man. We got the number one fans in the business. I don't care what sport you go in. We got the number one fans in the business, you know what I mean? And we come out there and cheer our team on, and we are ripping when they ain't doing good neither. So, and that's a testament to what we do here. We passionate Knicks fans up 7:30 in the morning talking Knicks, and I don't think there's a lot of fans that do it like we do it. So hopefully they cheer us on, man, and keep us up in the Eastern Conference standings, and keep motivating the team when we at home, and we let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be a good thing. I think we're going to have fun with it tonight. And we're gonna just go in there and we're gonna grind. And what you guys think about the final games, headed into the All-Star break? Before the All-Star break, we got about 4 or 5 games left. And what do you guys think about that? As far as what we're gonna put out there and how we're gonna manage to hold this thing down, while we out there tonight.
Good go.
Yeah, go ahead, Steph.
I'm always.
Yep.
Oh
yeah,
no.
but I think it's gonna be good though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we have 4 games, right? Indiana, Detroit, San Antonio, and then Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because of the team we have, can't just automatically say Detroit is going to be automatic wins.
Right.
Because we've done that before. I think heading into the Orlando game, heading into another game where we just really thought this is going to be a win, and it didn't happen. Now, if we play the way I know we can play, it will be an easy win. I think we can. If we went 4-0, that would be great.
Oh, man.
That would be great. But I would take 3-1. But we got to show up in those Detroit games and not take them for granted, not have a letdown. I think we're getting there in terms of having a business-like approach to every game. It doesn't really matter who we play and what we do is the same, right? Obviously there's going to be a game plan, but different game plans for different teams. But in terms of our mentality, in terms of how we show up for a game, it should be the same. And so far, if it's a really good team, we're really sharp. Like when we played the Clippers, we played out of our minds. Like we were just really sharp. But there's been some instances this year where you thought this is going to be I wouldn't say an easy win, but we should get this one. And we didn't. I mean, in Orlando, not only did we lose the game, but wasn't it over 10? We lost by a lot this last game. So I would like to go 4-0, 3-1, give us a little cushion going into the break. I would be personally disappointed if we didn't win the 2 Detroit games. I would be disappointed because I think that just tells me that we're just not there yet in terms of our approach to the game. But if we can go 3-1, 4-0, and be over 500, that would be great for us. I know, like my family and my friends, they like, you are so excited. The Knicks are not even 500. But where we came from,
right.
This is like a championship contending season.
Exactly.
So I'm like, let me have this. Let me have my joy. We've been suffering.
Absolutely.
I've been suffering for a long time. We're doing well. We're in the playoff race. We got assets and what have you. Like we're on our way. Let me have this. All right, I know we just 500. But I think we're gonna be okay. But my eye is on those Detroit games to see how we've grown in that respect.
Yeah. Andy, what's your take, brother?
Yeah, I'm with Steph. I'm not gonna reach 4-0, but 3-1 is really an achievable goal for us. Even if we slip on one of those Detroit games, we would have to get that W versus the Spurs. And I think, the Spurs are they're a great team. But, I think with the current system Thibs implemented on the Knicks and the pace and the game style we play, I think we really match well versus the Spurs. They don't play, a running type of game. They play, a considerable, maybe not slow pace, but at least normal, right? So we won't have to go on a limp to make them play our kind of game. We can just, handle the game easy. Don't have to adjust that kind of much. And, play Knicks basketball, versus the Detroit games. We have to make Detroit play our kind of game. We can't get, thrown off our game just to adjust to the Detroit Pistons kind of teams. They're below our standards. Let's be true, right? Because they're lower in the standings, but they're also a worse team. I know they have Jeremy Grant. They don't play Blake Griffin now. They have a couple of, great rookies in Sadiq Bey and that Saban Lee guy. He emerge like a great player.
Right.
You know, they have DSJ, so maybe DSJ is gonna sneak a couple of plays, you know, into their, you know, sneak out Knicks plays, you know, put the playbook to the Detroit's game. That might be something interesting, and they might know what we are trying to do, right? So that might be a big disadvantage for us, but I still think the talent, the level of our current team and gameplay is above Detroit. So I'm expecting those games to be winnable. I'm not saying that we're going to blow them out, but I think we should at least, like Steph said, win versus worse opponents. Let's call it, you know, straight how it is.
Right.
So, you know, and I also think, you know, Indiana, I think we got also an advantage versus them because, you know, as far as, you know, Domantas Sabonis, he's playing great. He got the All-Star and all as a replacement for KD. But I think if I had to pick between Julius Randle and, you know, the Julius Randle from this season and the Domantas Sabonis from this season, I'd pick Julius Randle.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I know we won the game versus the Pacers previously. We had Mitch in the center, right? So he, you know, helped them out with the defense in at least versus Sabonis, right? But they also have, you know, Miles Turner, which is a great big man. Defensively, he's awesome. And he's even taking 3-point shots. But I think Nerlens Noel isn't that kind of a big of drop-off, you know, compared to Mitch. I think most fans were scared about that Mitch went out and we're going to have to play Nerlens Noel, that he's going to be such a downgrade from him, that we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. It doesn't seem like that. You know, I think he's more, maybe, you know, I think he's a more smart player. Maybe that's the experience coming out from Nerlens compared to Mitch. But I think he has maybe a little bit even higher IQ on the defensive end. You know, I would love for him also to, you know, get those hands, you know, better for grabbing those balls, because Mitch, if he's going to grab that ball, he's going to dunk it. You never know what Nerlens Noel is going to have would happen with the ball, right? So that would be awesome if he could come up also on a couple of points on the offensive end. But I think like Steph said, 3-1 is a really not high, maybe not, you know, a reach of an expectation. But, you know, if we would go 4-0, I would pop a bottle. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, I agree. Salute to Brandon Hayward in the chat, man. Welcome aboard, Brandon. Good hearing you from you this morning. Yeah, man. You know what? I just think that, you know, believe it or not, we got a back-to-back because after that we go to Detroit tomorrow night, and I'm dying to see what the second half, the second unit. I'm sorry, when Frank and DSJ go up against each other, that's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? The Dennis Smith Jr. coming and Frank coming at the same time, and them guys been trying to get that spot for the last 3 years. So yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting, man. But I really think the schedule, if we like you said, 3-1, 4-0, we'd be one game. Actually, we go into the All-Star break with the same amount of wins like last year, 21 already, opposed to last year. You know what I mean? And, you know, Las Vegas predicted us to have 22 wins, and we already got 21. That's why I think this is a whole different. I think people underestimated the power of Tom Thibodeau. To me, I just think they did. You know what I mean? What coaching mean in the NBA or any sport or anywhere for that matter? To have somebody like him holding these guys accountable and coming to work every day, going hard. I just think that people underestimated that, man. Like I said, I think if Tom Thibodeau would have been on that team last year, then we would have been in the bubble. I just really believe that. You know what I mean? I know you might not have traded Mook Morris. You might would have kept him at that small forward spot, which we could have him right now. You know what I mean? If Mook Morris was at the small forward for the Knicks right now, with Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle down there, it would have been something to see. You know what I mean? But I think the Eastern Conference, you know, as far as getting into the All-Star break, I think we can get the Detroit games. And I usually we go to San Antonio and play good. In the last couple of years, we have went down there and gave San Antonio some problems down there. So. Well, depending on who's back for them, I know Archer's been out for a while, but that, you know, I think that game tomorrow, man, we can win today and pull out that win tomorrow. And then we do go to San Antonio. If we lose, we still at 500. You know what I mean? And then, you know, and we still can close it out with Detroit and whatever the case may be. And then we right there, man. So I think it's a exciting time. I mean, I think everything is up for grabs, but I truly believe the Knicks is going to be in here. I think we're going to be in this. We're going to be battling this thing all the way to the end. You know what I mean? And I just think that we got a team down here that's a bunch of good veterans mixed with a good bunch of young players. You know what I mean? I love the chemistry that they got down there. And when, like I was watching when Obi dunked that ball the other night, that team was going crazy on the sidelines, and that's telling me they like no matter if I play or if I don't play, I'm still supporting my team, and I think that's Tom Thibodeau's mark on that team. Like next man up, situational, but you know what? You still part of the team. You got to come to work like this is a business, like it's a job because it is a job. You know what I mean? They pay you money. You on a contract with them, so it's a job, and you got to come to work and be professional and put your work in. And if you're not producing, you're not playing. That's just plain and simple. You know what I mean? And I think they all understand that and they're accepting that. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about it, man. I really think that it's going to be. I'm looking 3-1. You know me. I'm optimistic. I want to say 4-0, but I can't be too optimistic. But I like our chances. I really like our chances of going into the All-Star break. And I'm as a Knicks fan, I'm so happy at where we at right now. I really am. Just to say that we talking Knicks about the playoffs this time of year. How the last time we did that? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like 7 or 8 years. We talking
already.
Knicks. Yeah, man. So it's exciting, man. I'm like, wow. We talk about conference standings. We talk about positioning. Last couple of years we were talking about tanking, straight tanking. We want to get this draft pick. We want to get that draft pick. But to say we want to get instead of saying we want to get drafted, we talk about we need another star. So it's a different thing going on down here, man. But I'm excited about it, guys. I really am, man. And I just think that we all got to just have fun with this, man. There's no reason for nobody to be miserable being a Knicks fan right now. You should be joy compared to what we've been through, what we had to go through, and to see us where we at right now. It got to be fun times as a Knicks fan, and I'm taking advantage. I'm riding this train, man. You know what I mean? I'm riding it all the way to the end. If it falls off the track, I'm falling with it. You know what I mean?
Just before we move to the next segment, another reason why I like our chances is that offense can come and go depending on how you're shooting, but the defense is more stable, and we're a defensive team. And I like because of that, I think we're going to be in the run-in for the entire year. As long as we continue to play our defense, our rotations, get out on the shooters, I think we'll always be right there. I don't see us below 10 because of that. I don't even see us below 8 because of that. But I definitely think at the very least we'll be in the play-in just because of our defense and because of Tibbs. Like Tibbs is a grinder too. And I think one of the reasons why they respect him, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to respect him, but they see him grinding as well. They see the work that he puts in. They see the prep. Julius was talking about how the shoot-arounds is almost like a practice, So they see, the time that he puts in. And I think that's part of the respect that they have for him. And because Tibbs is here and because of our defense, I think we'll be in the running for most of the season.
Yeah, and if I can add something, I think it's not only Tibbs. We maybe not like we are forgetting, but I think the props need to go also to Johnny Bryan, to Kenny Payne, Mike Woodson, because that if you would think about the whole coaching staff compared to the last season coaching staff, that's a wrap. We are like 5-6-0, whatever. How many guys they have on the bench? In every position, big man, guard, whatever coach, development coach. We are a totally different and better, coaching staff. That's 100%, and nobody can deny it, and we see it because I think as far as Tibbs go, like you said, Steph, he's a grinder. He lives and breathes basketball, right? But the rest of the guys, the big man coach Kenny Payne, the guard coach Johnny Bryan, you can see these players added stuff from the from the preseason, from the off season into their game. We saw Frank came in and he wasn't afraid to shoot. He was taking shots. He was driving in the paint, doing that step back, foul baby jumper, whatever. Who would have think Frank is going to feel confident with that kind of shot? That's something that we always wanted, and I think if he keeps it up, he's gonna be not situational minutes. He's gonna have Frank Ntilikina minutes. It's not gonna be situation anymore. So you pointed something out, Steph. One more thing, just it run out of my mind. Like, oh, never mind. So we're gonna go in. It probably later on.
Yeah, man. I think it's definitely exciting, man. So I think just like I said, we got through this half. halfway point, man, in a few more games, and then I think it really is going to the second half schedule. It's really going to be something, man, and we can get into that, man. The second half schedule is going to be. It's going to be a grind. We got a crazy schedule, man, coming out of the gate after the All-Star break in the last 6 games of the season. So, we got to come out here, man. We just got to, like you say, go 6-4, Andy, through every 10 games or at least 500. But it's going to be tough. But I think what we went through in the first half of the season with that tough schedule, I think it prepared us for the second half. You know what I mean? Because we had one of the toughest schedules in the association in the first half of the season. You know what I mean? Coming out of the gate. We had a pretty tough schedule. We already went on that road trip into the coast already, so we know what that's like. We've been out there already, and we had a bunch of back-to-backs. Like we got one today and tomorrow. So I think the schedule, though, is tough, but I think we're ready for it, though. I think we're ready for it. And what I'm excited about it is that guys like Quickly and Obi and them the second time around. So when they go up against the team again, they kind of prepared for them. I played you already. I know what you throw at me. I know what you try to take away from me. So I think I'm dying to see how quickly plays in the second half of the season. But I think if Quickly have a good second half, the Knicks gonna be fine. I just think that coming in as a rookie, no training camp, basically no summer league. It takes a minute. Obi Toppin the same way. You guys didn't get to play enough organized basketball until you got almost to the what you want to call it, training camp, which I don't call it training camp. I call it a little exhibition for them. But so to have a half season in already, and they got the NBA in their blood now. They know what to expect. I know that schedule going to be tough, but I do think they'll prevail, and especially if these guys like even Alex Burks. I think Alex Burks might have a good second half of the season. I just think that he started off pretty good, then he fell off a little bit, but after what I seen the other night, it looks like he's about to catch his rhythm. Because I don't care what defense you is. If you can shoot, you can shoot. And the way he was shooting that ball the other night, he was on. So and he was doing that at the beginning of the first 3 games of the season, averaging 20, putting up numbers like that. So if he can give us that second half with this schedule that we got, man, we got a brutal schedule. I mean, I don't have it in front of me, but from when
I have it in front of me.
Yeah, man. When you get a chance, run it down and let me know.
Our first 6 games for them are against the top 3 teams.
Wow.
So those 6 games: Milwaukee, OKC, Brooklyn, Philly, Orlando, Philly again. So in those first 6 games, we got Philly twice, Milwaukee, and Brooklyn.
Ooh.
You got 2 games against Washington, back with Milwaukee, back with Miami, Minnesota, then Dallas, Detroit, then Brooklyn, Boston, Memphis. So it's
wow.
It's a tough, and even the team, because of the parity in the Eastern Conference, there really isn't any easy games. Like even when you're playing Charlotte and you're playing Atlanta, like April 20th, 21st, you can't just go in and say we're gonna definitely get it, because those guys are in the hunt as well.
Right.
So even when you're not playing those top 3 teams, it's still a dogfight.
Yeah, and I remember, I don't know who saw it. Maybe it was Phil Jackson or maybe it was Kobe. I think one of them said that the most important thing for a winning team is not to get on those long losing streaks. Okay, you can lose 1, you can lose 2, but never try to get like 3, 4, because if you're thinking about it, you're going to be basically playing around 500 basketball if you get like 2 straight losses and then you bounce back. So it's really important not to dig yourself in a hole. And for me, I think it's really important not to do it before the trade deadline, because with New York media and the fans, there are going to be speculations. Maybe we should trade, maybe we should move a guy. That's going to throw in some kind of discomfort to at least some kind of players, and players can say, I'm not bothered with that. Let's be true, right? If you're supposed to be moved in mid-season and you got like 2 days to pack your stuff and move to another city, meet new players, new staff, new situation, nobody wants to get that. In the off-season, it's different because you can adjust, you have more time and stuff. So nobody wants to get traded unless you're in a bad situation like Austin Rivers is. But he's a vet. He knows, he went through it not once, not twice. So, and he might look for that chance to get traded, right? So that's a whole different situation. But if you're a kind of guy like Frank, like, if even with the rookies, if there's some kind of notion that we're going to trade for a Bradley Beal and they want like Obi, they want Quickly and stuff like that, that might affect those players. and their game on the court, right? So it's important that we don't go on long losing streaks, and they don't have such a bad bad stretches, so the media picks up on us looking for that kind of player or that kind of player. As far as I think, even like Steph read off the schedule for those games, I think it's not like we should go 500, but I think it's even possible. Philly playing Philly twice, basically back to back, like just one team ahead. I think you gotta have at least one of those games. I know they're way in the top of the East, but I think we're capable of winning. Looking at their roster also, we never know when Embiid is going to be playing because he's like out every second game. So, if we at least, he doesn't play at least one of those games, we have a really striking, chance to get a W versus them. The same with the Bucks. We already won with them. They're going to look for revenge versus us. But we can shock them and play just the same game, get Giannis out of the picture, play versus Middleton and the other second, third kind of string guys. And I think we can, it's the NBA. We can win versus anyone, and we can lose versus anyone. But I think this kind of Knicks roster with the coaching staff we have and stuff, I think we are really capable of going 500 in a 10-game span. 6-4 would be perfect, because if we reach to the All-Star break the 500 mark, and then go 6-4, 500, 500, 6-4. That's going to get us above 500. And from history, we know that 500 teams in the East make the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, yeah, and I think we will be there too. And not only that, it's been almost 2 weeks. Almost, it seems like it just happened, but I think time to also break low and Mitch will be back. I think that's going to be so.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big thing to have Mitchell Robinson back. It's almost been 2 weeks, all going on 3 weeks already. You know what I mean? So you say 2 more weeks after the All-Star, that's 5 weeks. You know what I mean? He there reevaluate him, and we're gonna need him. But I just think that schedule is tough. But I think everybody got a tough schedule. I think Brian Windhurst was saying that this is crazy, the NBA schedule, for everybody. So we everybody else got a tough schedule too, just like we have one. They have one too. So the team gonna be losing as well. But if we could tread water and stay 500 or above, I like our chances. I really like our chances in the second half of the season. That schedule is tough, but I think we built for this. I just think that team we have with them veterans we have is built for this. A lot of these teams that don't have the veterans like we had, the Todd Gibson, the Derrick Roses, these guys, and none of Weld, he's been around. I mean, these guys know what it is to be in that position. So I'm not too concerned about it, because due to the fact the way our roster is built, and I think if one of our young guys start going through something, they got somebody who can pull it to the side, like, listen, it's tough. I know it's a grind, but you need to do this, you need to do that. They can be coached out of that bad situation because we have some veteran experience there. And I think Todd Gibson is like another coach out there. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a big challenge, but I think we up for the challenge, and I think the Knicks going to go in there and just do the thing, man. Just play ball. Just do what you've been doing. Leave all your chips on the table. You know what I'm saying? And let them fall where they may. You know what I mean? And I think we prevail. I just think that the Knicks organization see where we at. I think the Knicks, they saying right now, listen, even if we didn't predict we were going to be here, we are here now. And so what are we going to do? They ain't got to go sell a farm. They ain't got to mortgage the future. None of that. You might just bring in a piece that don't cost you nothing. You know what I mean? And not much anyway. And I love this, like the Derrick Rose trade. I love that trade. I mean, you might have to do an Austin River trade just like that to get a little extra person there who might give us an uplift. If we don't go out there and sign nobody major or trade for nobody major, not sign, I'm sorry, but trade for somebody major, just make it just anything that improve the team. I think it's going to be fine, but I think it's going to be all right though. I think we're going to be up for the challenge. Them games against Philly and all them, bring them on, man. I mean, you can't run away from the competition. You play your schedule. You know what I mean? So only thing I can say is bring it on.
Right.
What else we gonna say? Nah, we can't play that, man. Nah, you just got to come. You come in the garden, we gonna bring it to you. And then we go in your place, we're gonna try to bring it to you. And I think that's the mentality right now. But I think that now that the first half of the season almost over, you got an idea of what the Knicks is made of. You know who they are, what they do. So teams come to play, they know they come to play one of the most grimiest defenses in the NBA. You know that already. You know what I mean? And so you got to be on your A game when you play us now. It ain't like when you used to play the Knicks back in the day. I ain't worried about that, whatever. Now when you come play the New York Knicks, you got to be on your A game, or you're going to take an L. You know what I mean? And I just think that's the way the mindset of the team and the organization is going. So now that we there, the second half is tough, but I really believe we will prevail, man. And I definitely think that it's a good chance that we go in there into them playoffs and compete. If we get swept in the first round, I don't even care. Long as we get
Devon, we won't get swept, bro. I bet you my house we're gonna get at least one W. This is not the kind of team that's gonna lose 4 games in a row versus the same opponent. No way. And Tibbs would I don't know what he would do to the refs. He would like choke him out if that was happening, bro. So that's the only way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's what I mean, man. I'm excited. That's a good point, because I just think that we get to that playoffs. I just think that it's just going to catapult us to next year even more stronger with them young guys getting that experience, and had that Garden crowd in that arena in the playoffs. It's going to be crazy. Defense, Knicks, it's going to be bananas. So I'm dying for that, man. I'm definitely had to try to get a ticket. You know what I mean? And hopefully by then they let more people in the arena. You know what I mean? I think at the rate we're going over here. It seems like things trying to get the COVID thing is trying to, get back to, to a better place. I think, with the vaccines out there and people still trying to monitor the situation by wearing their masks, washing their hands. So it looked like it's trying to, start decreasing and subsiding. And that's a good thing, man, because I'm excited about the NBA, man. Like I said, I haven't really been focused on looking at standards like I am right now in a long time. It's like every day I get up and look at my phone. Where the Knicks at? You know what I mean? Just trying to look at where the Knicks at. And, so it's exciting, man. Because it's clear to be like, okay, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do tonight. I'm just going to go watch the game because I'm a fan. You don't got this different type of energy right there, man. So I really appreciate you guys coming on today, man. This has been a blast. Everybody in the chat, man. Salute to everybody who came on, supported. Y'all hit the thumbs up, subscribe. It's been fun, man. I know it's early morning. And Andy, I know you're on a different time zone, but I know I'm glad that it's Saturday. I don't think you got to work today, so you get to chill a little bit. But I'm glad you guys came on, man. It's been a blast. Stephanie Turn and Burn with me. We was on last night. Good show, a great show last night. I enjoyed that as well. And even after the show went off, all the content and the dialogue we had when the show went off. But it's a pleasure, man, being on with you guys, man. I just think that it's so lovely to be able to speak Knicks with people, man. 'Cause like I said, if I ain't talking with you, I ain't talking Knicks to nobody. My wife is not a basketballer, so it's over. We can talk about what's going on in the household and in our life, where there ain't no Knicks up in there. So it's been good to talk sports with you guys, man, especially Knicks, man. And we just gonna build this thing, man, and keep it going. And we fans. This show is from a fan for the fans. You know what I mean? It's just love of basketball and love of sports. And man, I'm a diehard, passionate, loving Knicks fan. Been like that for almost 40 years, whatever. You know what I mean? And longer than that actually. But I just love talking sports, and I love what we doing, man. And like I was telling Stephanie last night, just to have people who you never know. Now all of a sudden, I'm talking to somebody in Poland. That is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm talking to somebody in Texas. That is so phenomenal, man. And for Knicks fans, I think we should really enjoy that, man. I'm like Brooklyn in the house, Poland in the house, Carolina in the house. We all over the place, man. Knicks fans like Dallas Cowboy fans, but we just not bandwagon type jokers, though. You know what I mean? we all over. They all over the place, man. But it's a exciting time to be a Knicks fan, man. And just salute to you guys for coming supporting the show. And I really enjoy myself. Any morning, the thing is always open. You ain't got to be invited. Just come on. You know what I mean? You guys is always welcome in this show, man. I mean, if you just say, I want to get up in the morning, get my energy flowing, I'll put that link in this morning show chat. So if you get up tomorrow morning, you got the same energy, come on in. I mean, this is a fan for the fans, man. And you guys are fans. And I appreciate y'all dialogue, your intelligence, and the love y'all have for it, and man, the support the show that you show us, you show Sim. Salute to NBK too, man. Y'all go on there later on, pre-game, post-game. It's gonna be crazy tonight, God. I'm telling you, the Knicks win that game, and Frank Ntilikina scored double digits. 1,000 people in NBK chat tonight.
They're gonna be chanting MVP for Frank, not for Julius, for Frank.
Yeah, it's gonna be lovely, man. Salute to the fan base, man. And like I said, man, everybody out there, all the other streams, no matter what format you on, what podcast you on, we all Knicks fans. Ain't no hating. Just keep bringing the content to us. You know what I mean? Legion of Knicks, Die Hard. Knicks and Bruises, NBK. And if I didn't say your name, I didn't forget you. But just keep shooting that stuff out there, man, because we haven't had this in a long time. and as a Knicks fan base where we can sit there and say, damn, we feel excited about the game. I look forward. I'm like, I can't wait to get off work. I got to get home, get ready for the night. I haven't had that feeling in so long. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's been good, man. It really has been good. And like I said, I do appreciate you guys coming on this morning, man. And to everybody in the chat out there, y'all have a good day Saturday morning, man. Be safe. Go out there and do what you got to do for you can get home to your loved ones tonight. Watch some Knicks basketball. Put that mask on. Wash your hands. COVID's still around, y'all. Don't take it for granted. Mask up, man. And just be safe out there. Go enjoy your Saturday. And Knicks Real Talk, the morning show. Divine, Andy, Stephanie. We'll see y'all guys on the next episode, man. Tomorrow morning, 7:30, same time, same channel. Knicks going into Detroit, so we got to travel tonight. So you guys enjoy yourself today, man. It's Saturday, man. Knicks Real Talk, the morning show. I'm signing off. Salute to everybody out there. Peace.